Hello, welcome to Retirement Ain't Easy. I'm your host, Chuck, and today's video is the vinyl of the month, or what I like to call the album of the month, because sometimes I do these with CDs. So let's get to it. This month, March 2025, this month's album of the month is the Godz. You ever heard of the Godz? Maybe not. The Godz are a rock and roll machines. The Godz came around in 1976. They're a band out of Ohio, believe it or not. And they're still in Ohio. And they went on the road, even before this album was released, they were out on the road touring in 1977, opening for Cheap Trick. So they've been around quite a while. This is their debut album. This was released in 1978 from Millennium Records. And they originally wanted to call it Rock and Roll Machine because in one of their songs, Gotta Keep It Running, if you ever heard that song, there's a line that states that the Godz are rock and roll machines. But they found out that title was already being used for an album by a Canadian rock trio. And we'll get to that in a moment here. So I originally saw the Godz in June 22nd, 1980. And they were touring with an opening for, can you guess? The Canadian band that had that album called Rock and Roll Machine. And that band's name was Triumph. So I saw the pair, the Godz were opening for Triumph. I saw them at the Austin Municipal Auditorium in Austin, Texas, with two of my best buddies from high school, Bill and Howard. And I remember the Godz playing their song, Gotta Keep It Running, which on this album is like 7 minutes, 27 seconds, right? It's a pretty long song. And they pretty much stretched that to at least 10 minutes during that concert. I do remember that. And they were good. They were really good. They're good, straight ahead rock band. But what I will never forget about that concert was having fifth, maybe sixth row tickets, somewhere around there, me, Bill, and Howard. And we might have even snuck down from the balcony, but don't tell anybody. But we ended up around the fifth or sixth row. Pretty good seats. I mean, we could see everything. And, we were there when the Godz were playing, actually. And they got off, and then Triumph came on stage, and, we were Triumph fans. And we were standing, cheering for Triumph's opening song, and their bombs and pyro went off and literally blew us back into our seats. And you could feel the heat from the flames. They had columns of flames like Kiss, that was an experience. That we were flabbergasted, I guess is the best word right now that it comes to me. Getting thrown back into our seats like that. And that's all we talked about for a week, was that whole explosion at that concert. That's what I really remember about that concert. Besides the fact that the three of us we went, I can't remember, probably Bill drove. He drove to a lot of these things. He was able to get a car somehow, always. So the three of us were there. And I wish I still had the ticket stub because, to see these two great bands, it was probably like $5, something like that. I wish. Okay, so I really like this album. Still do. I was just listening to it a little bit ago. It's a good straight ahead rock, and there's a lot of hints of kind of like Black Oak, Arkansas. If you're familiar with Black Oak, Arkansas, and the boogie rock music that they play. My favorite song though on the album is "Go Away Baby," which is the first song on the album on side one, and it's about a slutty single mom who has substance abuse problems. What can I say? There's great lyrics there. As a young guitarist back then, 1979, 1980, in a band, we never played any of these guys' songs. In fact, most of my buddies, including Bill and Howard, they weren't that great on them. You know, they didn't really care much for them anyway, but I did. I liked them. But I like Black Oak, Arkansas too. I like that boogie woogie kind of music. So the second album came out, Nothing Is Sacred. It came out in 1979. Yeah, right after this. This was 78. It didn't sell that great, and I have the CD for these as well, but I don't have the vinyl for the Nothing Is Sacred. So in late 1980, you know, they had two albums out by now. Second album didn't really do good, and their album company wasn't very happy with the second album. And then, so in 1980, the original band broke up, but they're still around. The Godz are still around, with one of their original guitarists, Mark Chatfield, which I'm not sure which one he is here. But there's a 4-member band, 2 guitars, bass, and drums. But Mark Chatfield, he's carrying on the torch in Ohio. They have a website, so I'll put that down in the description if you're interested. And believe it or not, they released a CD and vinyl in 2023 called Resurrected. I haven't got my hands on that at all. I haven't even heard it, so not sure how good it is. And if you're interested, they have a live date coming up on March 14th, 2025. I'm recording this pretty late for the album of the month, but within a week or so here, they're going to be playing. And of course, it's in Ohio. So you can go to their website and check and see where that is and get tickets to them. So check them out if you like straight ahead boogie woogie rock and roll, kind of like Black Oak, Arkansas. Check out the album as well. It's still available, I believe, on at least on Amazon. And you can probably find it in a record store somewhere. But brought back a lot of memories of that concert, Triumph and the Godz, 1980, with 2 of my best buddies from high school. Album of the month, the Godz, initial album from 1978. So thanks for listening to my ramblings of my misspent youth. And probably groups that you've never heard of. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, give me a like. Subscribe. This is a vinyl deal, but I also talk about retirement. I'm going to put out a retirement video here in a little bit. I also do scale modeling, model making, things like that. So I do videos on that too. Everything gets dumped into this Retirement Ain't Easy YouTube site, including my stuff about me writing songs and things like that. So you can check me out, Chuck Stirs and Music, as well on YouTube here or Spotify or any of those as well. So thanks for watching. Hope this was informational, enjoyable, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.